The coffee didn't spill, it exploded. One second it was trembling in her hand, and the next it was on my face, blistering hot and bitter. But it wasn't the burn that made me freeze, it was her eyes. Wide. Unblinking. Not sorry. Give him the card, she'd said, voice tight, rehearsed. Her brother grinned from across the table, like he'd been waiting to see me snap. But I didn't. No, I said. Quiet. Final. She made a sound I've never heard from another human being, a raw, fractured cry, like I'd taken something from her. But all I'd taken was my dignity. Later, he'll come to the house, she hissed, standing. Give him your things or get out. I wiped the coffee from my face. She stormed out. Her brother leaned back, smug. I didn't speak. Not then. That kind of silence only comes when something breaks clean in two. I didn't sleep. I lay still, my face throbbing, the sheets cold against my skin. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her mouth twisted, not in anger, but certainty. Like she knew I wouldn't fight back. Like I'd already lost. She wasn't always like this. Or maybe she was, and I just stopped noticing. Her brother had always hovered asking for help, taking things that were never his. And she always let him. I remembered the overdrafts. The vague explanations. The disappearing cash. All for family. Her family. I was just the one who paid for it. I stared at the ceiling, listening to the refrigerator hum in the kitchen. The air was thick with betrayal. I could still smell the coffee. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just listened to the creaks in the walls, the echoes of her words. By morning, I wasn't the same man. I didn't need revenge. I needed clarity. And a clean break. She left at 7:04 a.m., heels sharp against the driveway, her engine coughing once before fading down the street. I gave it 5 minutes. Then I moved. I packed like a ghost, methodical, silent. 1 duffel bag. 2 suitcases. My passport, my documents, my father's old watch. I left her things untouched. I didn't even open her closet. I pulled the envelope from the safe evidence I'd been quietly collecting. Screenshots, statements, signed transfers in her handwriting. All of it. She'd taken from me and lied about it, covered it up with crocodile tears and forced smiles. The savings she didn't know about were in another bank. That money would take me far. I walked through the house one last time. The kitchen still smelled like scorched coffee. The bedroom was too neat, like we were still pretending. I left the furniture, the wedding photos. I left our bed. I even left the ring in the drawer. But on the kitchen counter, I left something more dangerous. An envelope. No name. Just a key inside. I parked a block away, tucked behind tinted glass. At exactly 4:17 p.m., her brother's rusted truck pulled into the driveway. She arrived 3 minutes later, laughing into her phone, carefree. Until she saw the door open. She stopped mid-step. I could see it, the confusion turning to dread. A man in a tailored suit stood in the doorway, clipboard in hand. "Can I help you?" he asked, neutral, polite. Her brother stepped forward, puffed up. "Who the hell are you?" "The realtor. The sale finalized this morning." She blinked, laughed like it had to be a joke. "What sale?" "The house was sold," he said again, gently. "You'll need to collect anything left before 6 p.m. Her brother exploded. "This is bullshit. He can't." But she wasn't listening. Her eyes had drifted past the realtor. Inside, to the absence. The stripped walls. The empty shelves. The hollow where our lives had been. And then she saw it, the envelope. I saw her reach for it with shaking hands. Open it. Read the key. Her mouth fell open, just slightly. The brother kept shouting, but she finally went quiet. I didn't stay to watch her crumble. I started the engine, drove slow, windows down. The air was clean, cooler than I expected. Like the world had taken a breath after holding it for too long. She'd open the box eventually. She'd see what I'd kept, what I knew. And she'd know exactly why I left, not in rage, not in weakness, but with precision, with peace. Justice doesn't always come with a bang. Sometimes it arrives in silence, with a key and an empty house. Sometimes the loudest goodbye is the one that leaves nothing behind. And sometimes walking away isn't the end. It's the beginning,